Yeah.
Okay, the Puddle Jumper. What separates the Puddle Jumper from a lot of other grovelers is the kind of radical combination of concave and V in the bottom. So this board in particular has a significantly deep concave in the center of the board, which means the stringer is running straight through the middle, but the rail line has a lot of arc and curve. It gives a lot of curve under your front foot. The concave gives lift, but the curve gives a lot of turning. The same rail line dramatically kicks up, and by the time it makes it to the tail, there's quite a bit of V. The transition from concave to V happens right at the front of the front fins. So your back foot is basically sitting on like a V bottom, cranking fulcrum little happy zone anytime you're behind the front fins. And the front foot is placed on a fairly deep concave with a lot of rail curve right under your front foot. Then the concave gets thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner and disappears in the last couple inches for the nose. So what this does is the low entry rocker comes in, it feeds into this concave, and there's a lot of rail rocker right here, which makes the board really turn well, as opposed to so many short, wide, fat, flat boards that just kind of want to skate down the line and tap the lip and do little half turns. This board with this curve right here under your front foot, you can literally drop straight into the bottom of the wave, even if it's a little wave like this table, and crank like 90 degree, 180 degree turns and snap and surf this board vertical and in the pocket. The V out the tail gives you a lot of control. The tail's really big and wide, but the V under your back foot, you can lay it on, you can put it in a rail, it'll hold in, and just really, really surf aggressively. Sometimes you're riding this board and you almost forget you're riding such a chunky, short, wide kind of grovel board. It almost has like a feeling and a reaction, and it draws the same kind of lines as more of a high performance shortboard, like a modern board. It's been a phenomenon in the US and other territories around the world. It's far and away our best-selling board in 2015. It kind of struck a nerve. Obviously, it doesn't really have much of anything to do with our team and our pro surfers and that kind of guy, but it really has kind of struck a nerve and hit close to home with the everyday kind of average surfer who's looking for a board that allows him to surf the way he thinks he wants to surf in small junky waves. And for me personally, it's my all-time favorite small wave grovel board for myself and surfers at my level.